Hey guys, I'm finally back. I apologize for going MIA for a while, but if you're a frequenter of the Discord, you know that I do travel a lot for work. So that combined with the fact that my grandmother was quite ill and then eventually passed away very recently, I wasn't really home much, if at all, to record. And obviously, when I was recording, wasn't super high on my list of priorities, unfortunately. So hopefully now that that's kind of settled, I'll have more time to get back to it. We can get maybe to a little bit more regular recordings again. I say that every time and that never happens, but fingers crossed that maybe this time it does, at least for a little while anyway. So yeah, things have been a little bit crazy. Obviously, it's always sad when family member passes away. In this case, it was kind of maybe for the best, when people get old and, the quality of life isn't so great. Sometimes, it's better to just say, it's been a good run. And that's kind of this scenario here. So I'm not too upset by it. If anything, it's a bit of a relief. But obviously, there was a lot of stress that went along with that. So now that that's kind of off the table, I should have more time to focus on other things. Hopefully the channel is one of them. Focusing back on this particular series, I'm a little bit lost, if I'm being honest. I had to load, let me see here. Hopefully the game doesn't crash on me. This save is just becoming infinitely more corrupted the further we progress. It may have froze when I clicked that. Basically, I keep a lot of saves for every playthrough, and I had to go back like 3 saves on this one to get one that worked. The bug where the blueprints just cannot be interacted with is becoming more frequent. Here we go. So you can see I do keep quite a lot of saves here. The ones titled Warhammer 40K with a number next to it are the episodes. So at the end of every episode, I do a recording, and then I keep a few running saves in between. And Blood Ravens 2 was the only one that I was able to basically load and have playable. You can see that's all the way back in 2022. So I had made an attempt in January to kind of progress this a little bit and then do some recording, and that save is completely borked. Went back to the one right before that, and that one's also not working. So this is the most recent one I have that is working, and you can see it's only a difference of about 18 minutes. But whatever happened in those 18 minutes just completely screwed the pooch, so to speak. So let me press play just to make sure this one is in fact working. Oh, lovely. We got some blight right out of the gate. Okay, but yeah, the ticks per second are looking okay. None of these blueprints look to be corrupted yet. So fingers crossed. Now, where the hell was this blight? I'm looking at plants right here, and I don't see any. So I presume that it's over here. Oh, wow, it hit every single cotton plant. Go figure. Okay, well, it automatically is going to cut all of those because they're blighted. Hopefully somebody does that in a relatively short amount of time so that it doesn't spread to our heal route, etc. Anywho, just to recap, because it's been quite a while for you guys, it's been quite a while for me. I think everybody needs a refresher. We were working on moving the growing zones over to this area that we were looking at the start. And I was a little bit further along with this. In fact, I had finished the entire top part and was working on the lower part. But again, most of that is lost to corrupted saves. So we're going to have to pick back up here. We're also focusing on... God, we need to clear this out. Focusing on getting some new or some fresh blood in terms of initiates going. So I think we talked about doing Bubba, who is a prime candidate for a tech marine. I think he can be like an apprentice to Martellus with all of the different utility skills that he has. Groundbreaker is great. I mean, resilience good for any space marine. And of course, jealous. That's unfortunate, but I'll have to see. That might conflict with some of the other traits and get wiped out. But I'm not sure, to be honest. I think Kono is another prime candidate. So Kono was somebody that we were looking at maybe just making a standard marine. He is incapable of violence right now, but again, when we give him the brainwashing traits, we'll call it, essentially the angel of death trait that everybody gets when they become a space marine, this will conflict with something like that, and I always override it with the angel of death one, of course, because we can't really replicate it here very well, but in addition to all the body modifications that Space Marines go through, they also go through a lot of mental conditioning. And so whatever you felt before you became a Space Marine is not really going to be relevant once the chapters had its way with your brain. Okay, I guess let's get things rolling. Wait a minute, unroofed. Where? Oh, over here where we're building roof. Okay, perfect. So I was on top of things. They just aren't done yet. Okay. So that looks to have taken care of itself. City captured. The Brawny Stompers of the Overfiend took Dice Lake. I honestly don't remember who they are. That sounds like a pretty orky name, but I could be wrong. Oh yeah, it's an orc warband. Okay. And they took Dice Lake, which... to be honest, I have no clue where that is. Anything held by the orcs kind of out of place? No, it's all Tau territory here. Most of the Imperium stuff is out west. You got Victory Bay, way out west there. Just kind of general human population through the middle. Eldar in the middle as well. The Necrons are somewhere in here, underground of course, so we don't know exactly where. A lot of angry tribal people over in this area, and then the orcs are in the south. And I again don't see like an orc location that's out of place, so it must have been on the border of their territory, meaning it probably wasn't super relevant. Guard post 6, okay. Wog 7, guard post 7, Moose to station, clan camp. Yeah, all right. Well, whatever it was, it doesn't appear to have been, a major deal. Okay. The combined assault is probably not going to happen either, but I'll leave that open. And then we did have a new quest, and this one was still pending last time we met. So the Scourge Cluster is on behalf of the Empire of Perfection, who do sound very Slaneshi, if we're being honest. Anywho, they're requesting that we distract some mechanoids so that the cluster lands at our base. We would have to deal with all of the above, and in return we get 1,000 gold and some goodwill. That is quite a lot of things to deal with. A lot of them are turrets. 20 of them, in fact. Things like Lancers and Scythers don't concern me too much. A couple bolter rounds will put them down. I don't know what to expect from Brutes. especially in the context of 40k weaponry, but presumably they could tank quite a few hits if the name is any indication. Of course, Gloomlight's not really a concern. Assemblers and beacons need to be dealt with. And a psychic droner, not an immediate threat, but something that does need to be dealt with. So a lot of these things aren't very shooty, but some of them, like the turrets, are obviously. And then, of course, they have quite a lot of hostiles as well. So we have 5.5 days, essentially, to figure this out. We're not going to cover 5.5 days in one episode, so you guys will have an opportunity to weigh in on this. Let me know, do you think we should take it? The reward's not super fantastic. Gold is really the only benefit here. I don't particularly care about goodwill with this faction, but potentially a lot of plasteel from all the mechanoid corpses, so that might be kind of a nice bonus. So let me know what you guys think. Let's get back to building. And let's see. I had made some secondary hearts. Well, I have 2 hearts ready, so I guess we can just use those. Advanced Bionic Eye. Okay, we're going to have to make secondary hearts, but we can go ahead and crank 2 out right now. We still should have plenty of corpses up on over here. Oh, maybe just the one. So somebody pointed out that I think this is way back on the last episode. One of these Cryptosleep caskets is still occupied. So I'm not sure which one they were referring to. They all say that they contain nothing. And when we kind of triggered these areas, nobody sprung out of them. So I don't think there's anything in there. We can claim it and try to open it, but given that it says there's nothing and nobody came out during the fight, I don't think there's anything there. Let's see. There was no corpses in that room either, so I think everybody got moved. Right, we have quite a lot of them in here. We also picked up a bunch of people that fell from space. Basically free human body parts. So we can process all of these people for human meat and hearts and other organs if we need them. But right now, 2 hearts is enough to get us going, and we do have a good amount of human meat present here. I think there's also more. Oh, that's cow meat. That's the kind for eating. Anyway, obviously we have access to whatever we need. It's just a matter of me queuing up the butcher bills for it. For the heart harvesting, I have to do it very much manually because of just the mod doesn't work very well. The one that allows me to harvest body parts from corpses. It's a little bit buggy, and so I have to do a lot of manual work to make it actually function. But can maybe do that off camera. Visitors are leaving. Oh, did we trade with them? Hold on a moment. I don't remember if we traded with them. So, Thule, run your ass out there. I mean, you'll catch them. They're regular humans after all. But let's make sure we traded with them. I suspect we probably did, but, you know, I can never be sure. Especially after several months. And I'm not sure if you guys were here when I built the second turret, but we do have a heavy bolter turret now as well, in case anybody was wondering. And I'd like to build another one over here. 91. I'm guessing we probably traded with this guy already, because he doesn't have anything. No, he's got medicine. There's no way we would let that go. In return, I kind of want to keep the Rod of Flaming Death, if I'm being honest. Can I give you... Brain's a little bit more valuable. A lot more valuable. Could trade cloth equivalent to that amount. It would be quite a bit, though. Oh, right. It's going to be negative. And that puts me on a little bit better footing. So 100 cloth for how many medicine? 6? What the hell. And then do we want to pay for a quest? I suppose, because right now things are a bit quiet. We'll see if we can't find something to do. Oh, hey, look, an anima tree. We're not going to mess with that in this playthrough. Harvesting request, downed refugee, combined assault, or opportunity site. The opportunity sites have been a bit buggy. Combined assaults are generally at, like, cities and quite far away on the map. So until we have a reliable means of, like, getting to them, I feel like that could be a waste. Downed refugee one is interesting, but I'm not sure that I want to necessarily pick up another mouth to feed. But that does, well, no, I mean, that doesn't necessarily guarantee a fight. We could show up and it's just a couple, like, capybaras guarding a wounded person. It'd be nice if it was, like, a bunch of orcs or something, but it might not be. Anywho, oh, it's 200 silver. Sure. Cashton Salvation. We have 11 days. And they're out in the mountains. Well, at least that's walkable. A lot of the, like, for example, the combined assault is all the way out here, which that's quite a hike. Since things are pretty chill at the base and we have a lot of people just kind of hanging out, I think we'll go ahead and accept this one. Ooh, a heavy weapons specialist. No more information, but that sounds like a Marine recruit. Oh, but 74 years old and female. So that's breaking 2 rules of our recruitment. Okay. Guarded by 11 Eldar. Well, that's plenty of reason for me to go. So let's go ahead and accept this one. Or I guess it's automatically active. We don't need to accept it. So let's get a caravan going here. Send him out here. 6 days. Okay, it's gonna be a lot shorter for a Marine, but still probably a couple. So this seems like a scout mission to me. Though, with Eldar, I think we trust our scouts. We'll send all of them though. How about that? We'll send Cyrus, Ariston, Demetrios, Aramis, Elijah, and Valorum. So we're going to send all 6 of our scouts, basically 2 full squads. And food. Let's see, what did it supply them with here? I'm not going to do that because they won't even eat the survival meals. They will eat the corn and the berries. And honestly, that's perfectly fine. They should gather quite a bit of food, especially with Cyrus present. I'll give them a little bit more corn just to be safe. I don't like when I give them... I know it's not going to take them 6 days to get there, but I don't like... Actually, it says 2.8. I don't like giving them exactly as much food as they need. I like to have a little bit of buffer. So that looks better to me. And, of course, we do want to send them with some medicine. We're only using this medicine, the industrial medicine and the Glitter World medicine, as medicine for surgery. Why is there 2 kinds of herbal medicine? Anywho, the herbal medicine is what we're going to use for treating injuries. So we'll send them with that. I don't recall if we had this medicine in the last episode, but previously we had had a problem with our industrial medicine supply. I was able to trade for a good bit, thankfully. The exotic goods traders that come through the orbital trader tend to carry quite a bit of it, and so I was able to get some from them. I don't remember if we had dealt with that in the previous episode or if that happened between that one and this one. But anywho, our medicine supply has been fixed temporarily. We're still trying to come up with a long-term solution, but that at least gets us what we need to do some gene seed implantation right now. So they're still working away at the roofing over here, but it looks like we have enough of it finished that this area is now considered indoors again. So that's promising. The bits here are more just for peace of mind than anything. They don't actually matter when we're considering indoors versus outdoors. But I always like to overlap the roof onto the walls, excuse me. So looks like they're almost done with that. Those take quite a lot to build, don't they? So this is because we're doing the thick stone roofing, which you can't drop pod through. Looks like they can't get to that corner. Because of course the whole point of a mountain base is to not have people crashing through your roof all the time. And so it would be a little bit counterproductive to have large swaths of the base easily accessible by drop pod. Of course, we could kind of direct it all to one space and create a kill zone, but I'm trying to create a real base here, not like a very gamey one. Most fortress monasteries that I'm aware of in the 40k universe don't have like a designated enemy drop podding zone, so we'll avoid that for the time being, but things get really hectic, maybe we'll consider it. I just noticed that we had a chem fuel pond over here, so what we'll probably do is collect the 7,500 units of chem fuel that are there, and once we've pumped everything out of there, we'll go ahead and fill it in and then build the proper floor over it. Obviously, I'm trying to go for a kind of unique aesthetic here. Oh, look, we got a quest. So I'm trying to go for a specific aesthetic here. I don't want a giant chem fuel pond in the middle of my floor, but of course we may as well take advantage if it's there. So let's queue up the mining of that area. And to be honest, I forget which building I'm supposed to plant on this. I feel like it's probably Rimworld. Like a crude extractor perhaps. It's going to be hard. Well, that's obviously way too big. But it's going to be hard to tell what I'm able to put on there until that's cleared away. But it looks like a chem fuel pump is appropriate. Is there a larger pump, though, would be the question. Deep oil well. Can I just put this any old place? Let's see. Ah, secondary heart is done. Is that both? That is, in fact, both. Okay, then let's queue up some os modula, some biscopia, some haemastamins. Do 2 of each. Get those going. We should have plenty of meat available. Snotface got a bruise from being clumsy. That's unfortunate. I didn't realize she was clumsy. Could you not? Hey, we're trying to do surgery here. No. Is this not a medical bed? It's not. Okay. You get up. Rest until healed over there. All right, Bubba. Let's queue up some operations. Okay, that lasted all of 2 seconds. So let's do secondary heart. And go ahead and chill out in that bed just so that nobody tries to operate on you on the floor. We've had a lot of those lately. Well, not so much lately. We had a lot of those early, and then I made sure they didn't happen again, or at least I tried to. I think we've had maybe one of those accidents since, and somebody almost died. But aside from that, been relatively accident-free on our surgery front. Avitus is on a insulting spree. He is pretty regularly recreation starved. I don't know what to do about that. We do have quite a decent amount of recreation for them to do. Not a lot by any means, but we have enough, I would think. Nicholas, can you run over here? Oh my god, we sure took our time with the blight here. I know one way to cure blight, and Nicholas might be able to help me with it. Do me a favor. Arrest Avitus. Okay. That's all I need. Oh, shoot. I guess you have to actually take him to the prison. You know what? I don't care enough. Come over here, please. And open fire. Wow, I thought that would be a lot more effective. I don't know why that's... Oh. I was hoping the bolter would just obliterate everything over there. Apparently not. Well, Snotface seems to be on it, so I'll just let it be. What was this new quest? Nepos' raid source. So, Nepos Nosva, a praetor of the Empire of Perfection. Again, those Slaaneshi, secret Slaaneshi worshippers. Right now, we don't have any reason to doubt them other than their name, but the name sure is suspicious. Traveling near Castellum Incorruptus, that's our fortress monastery. She's being followed by mechanoids and wants our help, using signals to draw them towards us. If we do, the mechanoids will activate a site nearby to harass you. There's a military staging area guarded by 9 Eldari that will launch raids on us every 24 days. Also, there's a cluster of hostile mechanoid structures, and there may be an unknown threat. This site will remain until we go destroy it. Interesting. So, Eldar raids, not really concerned about that. Can go wipe them out pretty easily. It's not quite clear to me. I assume that there's a single site with mechanoid structures and Eldar. It's kind of what it sounds like. I didn't know they were in league with each other, though the Eldar are always up to weird shit, so I guess it kind of makes sense. Usually some kind of convoluted bullshit that backfires, but maybe that'll also be the case here. Anywho, it sounds like we just have to go destroy a base before they harass us too much. Or we basically just get fed Eldar meat every month. Ooh, abandoned technology. So, I don't see any reason not to do that. It's just a matter of, oh, we have to basically choose now if we're going to do it. Uranium is interesting. Goodwill with Empire of Perfection, which isn't really a concern if we take the other one. I guess that kind of negates the benefit of both. The Eltec staff, I don't think we're going to use, but if we get one, I will maybe swap it for a Force staff. And that way we can keep things a little bit more 40k. And then what the hell is a Psychic Reader? Limited mind reading ability, improving the user's ability to get the upper hand in negotiations and social situations. Interesting. That seems like it could be heretical. It also seems like something that the Empire would use pretty readily. So I suppose we'll go ahead and accept this. And is there going to be any like immediate effect? Are there really still... Okay, there's a gun drone. Just one. Okay. Oh, good. It's relatively close. I'm not going to deal with it until our scouts are back. I'm glad the scouts are, in fact, moving. We've obviously had some issues with caravans in the past. I'm hoping... I think some of it is related to... we got pods? Did we get our reward immediately? Oh, interesting. I thought we had to deal with them first. We've had some issues with... Okay. I don't... Sure, that's fine. We've had some issues with caravans just kind of freezing on the map, but I think that is strictly related to saving, closing the game, and loading while the caravan is out on the map. They seem to kind of forget what they were supposed to be doing, and nothing can really kind of jostle them to get back to it. Once they're frozen, they're frozen. The only way I've really been able to recover them is to use the dev tools to literally forcibly teleport them to the base. That does fix things, fortunately, but that means that it's kind of difficult to manage caravans because, frankly... Oh, that's a shadow. I thought that was a... The chunks in that shadow kind of fooled me. I thought that was a storage area. I could kind of use one there, to be honest. We'll get all these blocks out of here. Anywho, I've had to cheat several of the caravans that we've sent out because they just get stuck on the map. And that's kind of lame, if we're being honest, but it is what it is. So, since I was so keen on having a stockpile there, let's go ahead and make one. I'm going to try to keep it away from the horseshoe pin there, if I can help it. But we'll trace the shadow exactly. Or, well, we'll trace where it was. How about that? And we're going to say nothing but, we'll say important. Because I think, what's the priority? Oh, that's not even a stockpile. Okay, then it doesn't need to be higher priority. Normal is fine, or maybe even preferred. Let's clear everything. And we're going to say... Is that under manufactured? I mean, they did have to be processed. But I think this is more specific. Well, not specific, but a little bit more nuanced items. So I think this is still a raw resource. Yeah, stone blocks. It's not raw. We did refine it, but get the idea. That'll hopefully get this cleared out. Man, Martellus is killing it with cutting the blocks. I know we have a ton, and we don't necessarily need more right now, but I want them working on that just for the sole purpose of getting all of the chunks the hell out of here. If I don't have them process them, then they don't tend to get moved. Obviously over here as well. Oh, they very kindly finished this area for me. So let's make sure all those are marked for hauling. And where are our floors at? Let's continue this along here. I sure hope that's patterned correctly. I think that's as close as I can get to this. I don't really feel like measuring, but that looks right. Okay. So there's that. Let me know, is this, I guess I should be able to check, shouldn't I? Vanilla furniture expanded power. Okay, so that's not necessarily a Rimworld thing, but that does mean that somewhere in here there should be a corresponding structure to build on it. So I'm going to dig through here for a little bit and try to find it. I assume it's in power probably, because that is the category of that mod. Chem fuel pump. Sure enough, there it is. Industrial style pump capable of extracting chem fuel from underground pockets. After the chem fuel is fully extracted, pump can be safely deconstructed. Okay. That all sounds great to me. I don't know what it's going to do with it though. Do we need to direct it somewhere? I see gas pipes. I don't see like chem fuel pipes. I know that Rimworld has chem fuel pipes, but this mod appears not to. Is it just going to spawn like the red gas cans around this? That's perfectly fine. I just want to know, like, is there multiple steps to this, or is it just kind of the one thing? So with these two growing zones just completely decimated, I'm just gonna, I guess, shut them down. You know, I'm just gonna delete them outright. We'll get rid of those entirely. We'll let this corn crop grow, and then we'll probably kill it after it's been harvested. Again, this area in this square here is going to become the general training area. So it's going to have a firing range, some melee fighting spots with, you know, training dummies. I also want to see if I can create some kind of sparring arena. I don't know how easy that's going to be. Even if it's not actually functional, it just looks like they're sparring. That would be kind of cool. But we'll see if we can make it work. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that we would include in there. If you have any ideas, feel free to pitch them. I want it to be pretty well expanded upon. We are out of wood, apparently. How are the trees on the map doing? There are quite a few, so I think we can do another harvesting run. One issue I've found is that some of the trees, in fact, quite a lot of the trees spawn certain kinds of wood that this particular sconce will not accept. The sconce only accepts quote-unquote wood. So if it's dark wood or light wood or any wood with a prefix, it won't take it. So what I've had to do is delete stacks of, say, dark wood and replace them with stacks of regular wood, just so that these goddamn sconces will work. I'm kind of regretting the sconces. They provide a cool aesthetic, but they're a real pain in the ass. Like, wood's just not something that's super prevalent on this map, and then the fact that the type of wood that this sconce wants doesn't even exist on the map, or really in the game at this point, with the mods that I'm running. Yeah, it just doesn't quite work out. The issue is there's not really anything that would replace it very well. The wall candles, I think, still require... Yeah, they require fat, which we can get, but it requires a whole lot of processing nonsense. And so basically there's just no way, there's no easy way to provide like a more natural light source in here. It's basically, we have electricity and we lose the cool ambiance, but it's not a pain in the ass, or we'd have to do some really elaborate bullshit to have the alternative. So I'm a little bit torn, but we can get wood. It's not impossible. It's just not super ideal. Some of these are already marked. Oh, those are blighted. Well, I don't think the fire cares if it's blighted wood. Yeah, give me all these guys. So one of these clowns stole the Eltec staff, and I don't know which one. It's not in here. It's not in this mess. It's not over here. Somebody did leave a cattle prod in the prisoner area, though. That seems ill-advised. Yeah, I don't know where they put it. So, presumably, somebody's still carrying it around. Which means I don't have to go through everybody's inventories. I love having to do this. It's my favorite part of this game. It's going through every single pawn's inventory, finding out that some of them don't have their weapons equipped properly, like this guy. Hey, Jonah, can you maybe just drop all your gear real quick? I guess that's fine. That needs to be main hand, and then that needs to be offhand. There you go. Okay. I feel like I probably should have jumped straight to now, because I feel like he was over there last. Nope, not him. I guess now I look like a jerk for doubting him. Okay, so it isn't on any of them, so I don't know where it went. It was on the ground here. It's no longer on the ground there. I'm sure it'll turn up. I'm not too worried about it. I was going to delete it anyways and replace it with a 4 staff. It's just I would hate to not find it and delete it, and then it's still floating around, and then we still get a 4 staff. So, like, I want to know where it is. But it didn't work its way in here. Let's see. I'm assuming since Bubba's still alive, the surgery went well. So let's queue up Kono next. And it looks like the other components are being worked on by Gordian. He's knocked out a few already, so that's perfect. Means we can pretty much jump straight into the Os Modula and others as soon as these secondary hearts are in. Oh, lovely. We're blocking the freezer door. Fortunately, I airlocked this, so it's not a huge concern. But it's still not ideal. So, what do we want to do about that? Hey, Nicholas, go eat 15 corn. The Emperor compels you to eat that corn. I needed you to eat all of it. Are you really gonna sit down to eat this? Just come on, pick it up. I don't care. My hope was to have him immediately consume that so that I could replace it with this meat. Oh no, that's not good. Okay, ticks per second are holding. But game didn't like that. I don't know what the deal is. Well, that's not good. I don't know if they're going to be able to move that. I'll mark it as haul urgently and see if anything happens. We can do the same with this one. Attaboy, Thule. Perfect. And he took a full stack on over there. Now, I don't know if there's anywhere for them to put this. But assuming there is, I would wager over here probably. In fact, what we can do is grow this a little bit. And that should give him somewhere to put it. Cool. And that door will finally close. Right, how is our squad doing here? They're moving slowly but surely toward their destination. They still have about a day left, so it's going to be a while. Okay, so the sandbags off to the left here are finally kind of done being messed with. So I'm going to build another heavy bolter turret out there. I'm going to need to come up with some method of wiring it. So I'm just going to mirror this more or less. I like these kind of organic curved wires. It's a real pain in the ass to do, but it looks kind of cool when it's done. So, yeah. Kono's not dead, so we can assume the surgery was a success, and in fact it was. Of course, I just burnt probably 2 Glitter World medicine. Oh, nope. Oh, that's concerning. I'm guessing they automatically overrode his medicine preference for the surgery, because I don't think it'll even let you do that type of surgery without industrial medicine. But I'm pretty sure for Kono we just wasted some Glitter World medicine. So I'm going to change that. And hopefully we won't do it again. Let's see, we're down to 9. Yeah, so we burned, I think actually 2, because I thought we were at 11 last I looked. Anyway, not the end of the world. We can get more. I just don't like wasting it if I don't absolutely need to. I guess I don't know exactly what I'm saving it for, because surgery would be the most appropriate thing. I don't know of anything that's like more difficult. Maybe if we had a really, really severe infection that we were trying to pull somebody back from. But even then, I don't know that, we need a lot of it. So, easy come, easy go. All right, so the good old chem fuel pump is up and running. 75 units of chem fuel in 4.3 days. So I imagine it's just going to plop a stack of these red guys, the like gas cans. Should just kind of poop one of those out somewhere on here. And once we do, 100 of those, then we can tear this thing down. That's going to be quite a lengthy amount of time if we need to wait. I'm going to assume that started at 5 days. So yeah, that's about 500 days. Forget how long a Rimworld year is, but I think each quadrum is 20 days. And there's 4 quadrums. So about 80 days for a Rimworld year. That's quite a few years. So, I don't think we'll be around when this thing finishes, to be honest. We'll probably have conquered the planet in 5 years. Alright, so we've got a whole planting area. I don't know why I said planting, weird. We have a whole planting area of cotton down over here. It looks like, yeah, we can probably go ahead and do this one. I don't see any reason not to. And this is going to be probably heel root. Do we have somebody that can do Neutroa leaf? Not yet. So let's do heal root for the time being. We can at least make herbal medicine. I thought Camisa was our best grower at 10. Yeah, so she's going to have to do a lot of... Oh, dear God. That's very broken. Hopefully when I save and reload, that fixes itself. Anyway, we're trying to make sure that Camisa does all the planting work last time around so that she levels up to 12 so that we can start making Neutroleaf. Because, again, Neutroleaf with a few other ingredients will let us create industrial medicine, and then we have a renewable source, a reliable source, presumably, but more importantly, a renewable source. I guess both would be nice, but reliable was not the word that I was initially looking for there. Is this just turned off? Is that the issue there? Okay, well, we'll toggle it back on. This one's going even though there's nothing to grow. How are our batteries doing? Seem to be doing quite well. Now that I think about it, having them in the surgery area is probably not the best thing. We have like basically 2 medical beds. I mean, granted, these are also medical beds, but people tend to be using these, especially the most injured people, and these batteries are prone to explosions. So I wouldn't be surprised if that eventually results in a death. But the long-term plan is not to leave them there. The long-term plan is to have very secure battery areas. We also have a lot of people getting upset because of bad work assignments, again, because of this mess. But again, in the past, that has resolved itself when I've saved and loaded. Okay, so our boys finally made it to the incapacitated refugee site. We got eyes on 2 Eldar, but I think it said there were 9, or I might be thinking of the other mission. Either way, I thought there was more than 2, so we should be careful here. Plenty of cover. So let's see. We have 3 snipers and then 3 more close-ish range guys. So that's kind of covered there, but I'd prefer to use the harder cover. I'm thinking let's get a sniper here, a sniper here, and a sniper here. And I'm wondering if I should keep close range guys, like each sniper basically gets paired with a more brawler type of guy, just so that they will have some backup if the enemy closes. Cyrus might be far enough back where he's okay. Be kind of nice to get somebody in a more forward position here, but that might be difficult. So I don't want to have somebody like that's a complete waste, like not able to contribute, but there isn't really any great positions. Like if I put him up here, as soon as the enemy comes this way, he's completely flanked. Could run to there obviously, but if the enemy attacks through both places, he's just totally screwed. I'm not about to like tunnel my way through here like the AI might do. Could be fun. It'd be nice to kind of surprise them from 2 sides, but yeah, I'm not about that right now. Well, you'll just back up Cyrus for the time being. Alright, everybody go. It's like the enemy's already aware of our presence. They're moving to engage us. Arston, that was pretty ballsy. Elijah was a little bit cleaner in his approach. Let's get you up here. We've already downed 2. That's a pretty good start. Can you guys fall back a bit? Get you in slightly better cover. Oh, what just happened? Game didn't like something. Okay. You're about to get engaged in close quarters. So do me a favor and pull back. Again, Aramis can't really contribute. I guess if I stack them, he can shoot at anybody that gets closer. I'm actually going to have you pull back now that they're in range of your sniper rifle there. Did you just parry that? I feel like he just parried a beam weapon. Okay. The game just crashed. Oh, wait. No, I think it really crashed. Okay. So we're back. Luckily I saved right before we started this fight, so we don't have to do anything to get back to this point. We just need to revisit it. So let's try the same strategy. It seemed to be working relatively well. We dropped quite a few of the enemy before they had even gotten to us. Rather than have people run across like we did there, I think I want to send them more like this. Hopefully that keeps them kind of out of the enemy's field of view. The enemy seems to be moving like immediately. Like they know we're here, and they pretty much just started walking over to engage us right away. So I think we were a little bit faster this time. Also, the Emperor might need to intervene and smite whoever's weapon is crashing the game. I'm honestly not entirely sure which one it is. Death Spinner. Long Rifle seems unlikely. It might be the Shuriken Cannon. The rest of these seem... Actually, there's a good chance it's the Farseer. And whatever he's doing, side casting, might be crashing it. I don't want to cheat, though. So we'll see. Also, it could be you. It's one of the non-standard weapons, is all I know. But we'll give them one more chance. I'd like to resolve this without having to intervene. So maybe one of the snipers can pick off whoever it is that's causing that. It would be great. We're not doing as well as we did last time, that's for damn sure. Valorum's already down. Demetrios is letting him have it with his bolt pistol, but his cover is now demolished. Might want to fall back a bit. Elijah's down too. That just leaves Ariston. Cyrus is taking some shots. Aramis can't engage yet. They've got to be in your range, dude. What the hell? Come on. Did they just basically run away? Is that what happened there? Okay. So these two look like they're trying to get off the map. I'm going to do some emergency stabilizing here. Cyrus, run over here. You might be able to pick them off. Aramis, you can go to... see if we can basically intercept them on this end. Come on, you guys got this. God damn it. Game crashed again. Is it our weapons? Surely it's not our weapons. Okay, we're going to try this one more time. So we'll deploy everybody as before. I think what's happening, it's not necessarily any particular weapon being used, but rather when one particular Eldar dies, that seems to be triggering it. I think I know which one it is, so I'm going to do what I didn't want to have to do and intervene with the old dev console, but That seems to be the only way to get this to progress. So that's what we're going to have to do. Who did I send with you before? You go there. And I think I had Ariston there and Demetrios over here. Sure, let's do that. Everybody's got a place to go, right? Okay. So as they start rolling out, I'm going to try to ID the troublemaker. Are you serious? Wow, we're off to a great start here. You know, now that I'm looking at it, I honestly don't know which one it was. I thought they were in a lighter color like this. But I thought they were a female with like hair like one of these two. Well, I guess buckle up for another crash. If this crashes again, we've now successfully won this raid twice. If it crashes again, I'm stepping in as the Emperor and just wiping these guys, and we're gonna move on because this is ridiculous. Okay. We'll continue the battle with those of us that are left. You're dead. You just got shot in the heart. What the fuck was that? Elijah's getting wrecked over there, but he won that gunfight somehow. Somebody just annihilated our cover. Elijah, pull back, please. See, I think it was her. I think it was this one. Let's see. You don't seem to be interested in engaging us, and you're running away. I feel like this was the one that, again, just like last time, pushed straight through. And as soon as we killed her over here, excuse me. As soon as we killed them over here, the game crashed. So we're going to step in and just destroy, not kill, just remove from the map. And hopefully that prevents another crash. Maybe it was something with the neuro calculator that they had installed. I don't know. But something was clearly causing some issues. Can you guys focus fire this one? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Come on. Right here. Both of you. Doing some weird backwards shooting shit. She's doing like the Parthian shot with a... What is this? Fusion gun. Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. Okay, that worked out. Anybody alive over here? You two seem to be doing okay. I need you to get into melee. If you can help it. Cyrus, pull back. Aramis is not going to let me melee this guy. Whatever, he's down. Okay, so that just leaves this one. Alright. No crash. Thank God. Now watch the game crash as one of these Eldar bleeds out. I'm going to save. Just so we don't need to go through that again. And we need to do a little bit of triage here. So stabilize Valorum, please. You stabilize Elijah. Nobody's dead. That's a good sign. He did lose an arm, though. It's okay. Everybody's got a spare, right? So we'll slap a bionic one on him. What did you lose? 19? I don't think we had anything slotted in 19, so... Wow, crushed into a fine mist. Interesting. Be even more interesting to see what part of the body that's in, because if it turned it into a fine mist inside his head, that'd be concerning. I guess the alternative would be his torso, which isn't necessarily better. Anyways, we'll get those guys patched up so they don't bleed out. This guy just got a tummy ache from a lasburn and apparently went down like a lawn chair. Come on, Valorum. Well, did this one just like... Ah, I see. I was like, did they just like ditch their armor and run naked? But no, they just lost their head. Okay. You two, since you're not doing any triage, you're going to move up to the little room there. And we'll start breaching it. Get up on the door here. We're going to claim that. We'll claim this one too. Are you already back on your feet? Oh, my bad. Wrong guy. I was like, Elijah's a beast if he just lost an arm and like popped right back up. Let's allow the medicine and go ahead and tend to him as best you can out in the field. So you're going to take point. Okay, nothing in there. Let's get ready on this side. Just another series of doors. We'll just keep claiming these. There's not gonna be anybody in here, but playing it safe. Okay, so go ahead and offer help. They're gonna join. There's not really much to do in the way of like treating this person, right? It's just a bunch of bruises. So can stabilize them, I guess. It's not going to really matter much. And Cyrus, you can do as you please. I'm going to allow all of the meals that the Eldar dropped so that we can eat decently. But it might be a while before we can move. Arston, you're free to do as you will. Right, well, I think we're going to be camped here for a little bit, so might be a good place as any to end it. I'm also verging on like 2 hours of recording because of all these crashes. So, yeah, I think I'll kind of resolve this mess off camera. Nobody's going to die, obviously, and I think everything has largely been dealt with other than just kind of waiting certain things out. So, again, I can take care of that away from the recording and come back with something a little bit more interesting for you. Hopefully I'll have time to record I'll have time to play up until the point where they're back at base and we can pick up from there. I'd like to jump right into kind of preparing for the next mission, which we already have. Oh, I forgot to regenerate the planet when we reloaded. But we already know of the next mission. It's this one up here. We're going to need probably a little bit larger force for that one, and we'll send full-fledged Marines rather than just scouts. But obviously we're going to need to get these guys back to base first. If I'm going to send kind of the A squad, I need some people still guarding the base, and of course they'll be kind of resting and recuperating anyway, so they'll be hanging around. Right, so with that, thank you guys so much for watching. It's good to be back. Hopefully it's consistently back and not just another one-off episode every month, but we'll see. Anyways, thank you again, and I look forward to seeing you back here for the next one.